In South Florida, we don't get much of a fall season. No crisp air, no fiery leaves. So this year, we decided to chase it. We packed up and headed north to Connecticut to soak in some real autumn color. Come along for the ride as we find fall again, one leaf at a time. Our trip started in Branford, a quiet coastal town just east of New Haven. It's the kind of place that feels instantly peaceful, with quiet harbors and tree-lined streets and that classic New England charm. We spent a few days here with our friends Rob and Deb, soaking up the small-town vibe, breathing in the salty air, and easing into that slower, more relaxed rhythm that fall seems to bring. Being so close to New Haven, we couldn't resist sampling what this city is famous for. It's pizza, or as the locals call it, Abits. We stopped into one of the legendary spots, Modern Abits, and let's just say the hype is real. The crust has that perfect char from the coal oven, and the sauce, simple but packed with flavor. Definitely worth the detour. After fueling up, we headed over to the Yale Peabody Museum, a treasure trove for anyone who loves science and history. Towering dinosaur skeletons dominate the halls, along with dozens of fascinating natural history exhibits. There's a gallery with stunning mineral and crystal displays that look like art from the earth itself. And one of my favorites, a bust of Einstein that seems to follow you as you move around. A little reminder that curiosity is what keeps us evolving. As much as we loved Branford and our time with Rob and Deb, the road was calling. We headed north toward the hills, and along the way made a bit of a detour to a place we'd heard about, Hogpen Hill Farms. It turned out to be a fun surprise, a sprawling outdoor sculpture park tucked into the hills of Litchfield County. Created by artist Edward Tuft, it's this amazing blend of art and landscape. Giant steel forms scattered across open fields, framed by rolling hills and brilliant autumn colors. It felt peaceful, almost meditative, like walking through a gallery made by nature itself. After spending an hour wandering through the sculptures and soaking in that scenery, we had a farewell lunch with Rob and Deb and continued our drive north toward Norfolk. The roads got narrower and the hills steeper and the trees more colorful with every mile. By the time we arrived at the Manor House Inn, it felt like we'd stepped into a postcard, a grand old home surrounded by maples with that crisp New England air and the kind of calm that makes you want to slow down and stay a while. Tucked away in the quiet charm of Norfolk, Connecticut, the Manor House Inn feels like stepping into another time, where elegance, comfort, and warmth all come together. We stayed in the Stafford Room, once the room of the Lord of the Manor, a beautifully appointed space with tall windows that filled the room with soft morning light and offered peaceful views of the fall leaves. Every detail, from the antique furnishings to the crisp linens, made it feel both luxurious and inviting. At the heart of the inn is its grand staircase, a sweeping, elegant centerpiece that ties the whole home together. Climbing those wide, polished steps feels like walking through history. It's easy to imagine the many guests who've passed through over the years, pausing to admire the intricate woodwork and the charm of this stately home. Downstairs, the breakfast room was a delight, cozy and sunlit, serving gourmet breakfasts that felt like they were made just for us. And just beyond that, the living room, grand yet welcoming, was the perfect place to relax with a cup of tea, surrounded by classic architecture and timeless charm. The Manor House was the ideal home base for our wanderings around the area.
Open up the window, I'm breathing in the last of September. I can feel the wind blow, and the late summer sky is like a giant ember. Everything is turning into gold when the autumn leaves are playing chase. It puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are low, dancing through the last days of September.
In the end, it wasn't just the places we visited. It was the feeling, that quiet hush of autumn, the way the light hits the trees, the sense that for a brief moment, time slows down and lets you appreciate the world a little more clearly. Connecticut gave us that gift, a season we barely get at home, and one we'll be carrying with us long after the leaves have fallen.
When the autumn leaves are playing chase, it puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are low, dancing through the last days of September. Dancing through the last days of September.